We're just going to create a little video here to show about how you can't trust what the media says. This is a newspaper from it's the Pelham Reporter here, a local paper in Alabama. And they reported that there was a picnic. It says thousands attend Shelby County's 16th senior picnic. And I thought, wow, because Lana took her grandmother to these senior events when she was living up there, and I thought, there weren't thousands of people. How did they get that? So I get the paper, and then, of course, that was on the front page, and then I go over to the inside, and it's too small for me to try to get up there, but it says in the article, at least, this is a quote, at least 500 senior adults attended this year's picnic. Here, maybe I can get it up there. Picnic. I don't know. I think it's in there. Anyway, at least 500 senior adults attended this year's picnic. So they say on the front page, thousands attend Shelby County's 16th senior picnic, and then inside they say at least 500. And it shows just how there really is no truth in the media anymore. You can't believe what they say. I remember just after Trump got elected president, he had a thank you tour before he actually took the oath of office, and Lana and I went. He was in Mobile, Alabama. We went to see him, and there were, I don't know, what do you say, 4,000 or 5,000 people there probably. It was a pretty good crowd. And so then afterward we get home and we thought, well, let's turn on the news, see what they reported on that, since the president-elect just came to our town. You'd think, that'd be a pretty big deal. So then they reported that he came to our town, and they had a little clip from what he said, but of course the clip was something negative. But they spent the majority of their time talking about some protest of his coming, and these people were there. They took these cardboard boxes and they mocked his border wall idea and made a wall with these boxes, and they wrote on the boxes all the bad things that they thought that Trump supported, and then they tore down the wall and they got all excited about it. Well, they spent the majority of the time talking about that, and the headline for that said, "Dozens protest Trump's rally." So you think, wow, that sounds pretty bad, like there was a big protest in I thought Alabama supported Trump. Why are there so many people? Well, dozens is 2, and a dozen is 12, so at least 24 people were there, and that's about what it looked like, about 25 people. But they show a group of 25 people and give them more airtime than they do 4,000 or 5,000. And by the way, the group of 4,000 or 5,000 is much more significant because it's supporting a person who was just elected president, whereas the other one is just some protest where people got together in some office building, put some boxes up, and then knocked them down. Yeah, it shows where their focus is, but how they manipulate the numbers by saying dozens. Because if they said 24 people, you'd say, no big deal, why are you covering it? But you say dozens and it sounds good. And that's what they did here at this picnic. To get you to buy the paper, they put up the front. Actually, it's a free paper. They didn't get me to buy it. But for you to read it, they put thousands attend, and yet inside, it's only 500. So it shows the media what they're doing is they're just trying to make money and sensationalize everything and make it what it isn't.
And I think everybody, I don't know, most people don't get a newspaper anymore, but some still do. And especially these little free local newspapers. We need to start standing up and like getting these papers and showing how horrible I wouldn't even call them a journalist, let alone a reporter, because they can't get it right. How these people are giving false information. And I think the more we put it out there, maybe more and more people will stop believing what is being told by the media. But in this day and age, too many of them are just, I'll just say it, they're idiots. And They'll believe anything. So, but we just wanted to put that out there. That's proof. Proof. Of course, you know, if you went to the little paper and said, hey, front page says 1,000, but inside the article says 500, they'll probably go, oh, well, we forgot to change the front page. You know, they'll come up with something stupid. I'll be like, no, you're trying to sell a paper, so you lied. You know, here they're trying to get rid of Trump because they think he's lied on a lot of stuff. So why can't we get rid of, say, the chief of the newspaper, have him fired? How about we fire the person who wrote the article? How about we have them fired? How about we, you know, let's truth and advertisement. Let's do something. I mean, I think back in the day, if there was something advertised and it was incorrect, I think, didn't you get something for free? Like grocery stores or food or something.
Well, yeah, prices at grocery stores, they'd give you the item free. But
yeah.
I think in newspapers, they'd always print a correction. The next day, they'd say, correction on this article, we said this, it should have been that.
Yeah.
It was quite common to see a correction in a newspaper back then. I don't think they do that anymore.
Well, I think they should just be fired. I mean, let's just put it out there. You want to fire Trump because you think he's lying about a lot of stuff, you know, I mean, fire him, impeach him. Let's just start fire. Let's start on the bottom of the totem pole here. Why don't we start firing all the people who put false stuff out? Let's do that. Let's start with the newspapers. Let's start with the media. All right, I'm done.
All right, thanks for watching.